everyone, Kaylee, your friendly neighborhood hairstylist here, and today we're gonna do some straight hair hairstyles. Now, I've been getting a lot of requests for this, I'm assuming because I like to curl my hair before I do any of my tutorials. It's a really ingrained habit for me. And I understand that it would be nice to get to see some of these hairstyles on straight hair, whether you prefer to wear your hair straight or your hair is more naturally straight. So I thought I would make this video today. But of course, remember that these hairstyles are gonna look good on any hair texture, whether your hair is curly, wavy, whether you've curled your hair or left it straight, whatever. These are cute, they're easy, and I'm excited to show you. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's get started. So far in my hair, all I've done is to shampoo and condition it with the Briogeo Be Gentle, Be Kind. Big surprise, it's my favorite shampoo and conditioner. And then I was testing out a new product from Dry Bar on my hair. It's a leave-in conditioner / heat protectant, and so far I'm liking it. But this is like my second time using it, so I'm not totally sure yet. Then I just blow dried it, and this is what we've got. So let's actually get started on the hairstyles. I'm gonna start with a really simple one. I feel like hair trends in general are getting a little bit more minimal, which is a lot of fun, especially if you want a really quick hairstyle. So let's start with something very fast. We've got a little half updo. So I'm gonna start by parting my hair in the center, and then I'm gonna pull some up into a half updo, but I'm not gonna literally pull half of it up. We're just gonna leave out these little tendrily bits right here. You could leave out bangs if you have them at this step. And then once I hit my temples, just right here, like eyebrow height, I'm just gonna go straight up to where I want my ponytail to sit. Once your fingers meet in the middle, you just pick up all the hair that's over, and that's your section. And of course, we're gonna smooth it out. You wanna brush the hair, obviously, that's going into the ponytail, but when it's half up, you also wanna brush the hair underneath it to make sure it's all laying down. That way, you get less little snarls and tangles when you put the elastic in. You really cannot brush your hair enough going into a ponytail. It will always help. Here we go, let's hit that with a little bit of hairspray. I'm almost out of this stuff again. I use it so much. Boop. And then I'm gonna grab a bobby pin and wrap a small piece of hair around the elastic, and we're gonna be done. As a bonus step, I'm grabbing a little bit of hair color powder and filling in my hairline. This is something I'm doing more because I'm doing this hairstyle for the internet. You know, there is just a difference between when you're trying to make it look like its best version of itself and when you're trying to get out the door. I see a bump. Hold please. Where is she? She's right there. Not today. That's the hairstyle. Seriously easy, adorable, a little bit of Clueless vibes, and I'm into it. So that's how to do it on short hair. Now, Anna Laura, hello. It's time to do it on long hair.
Yes.
Ayo. Anna Laura's feeling brave and wants to try something new in today's video.
If we don't try anything new, what's exciting about it?
This is the Bumble & Bumble Invisible Oil Soft Texture Finishing Spray. Their invisible oil is, like, it's a very shine enhancing, moisturizing thing. So I think they just kind of blended that with the hairspray for the finishing spray.
Okay.
Did you hear all the instructions?
I'm gonna be honest, I was working in there on editing photos, so not really.
All right, well, let me give you the instructions. So this is gonna be really similar to the short hairstyle, except Miss Anna Laura has really long layers in the front. Like, this is her shortest layer. It just means that the tendrils are not like little short dudes. They're gonna be all the way down here. So if you guys have long hair but you have shorter face trimming layers, you can do what I did. But if you have the longer layers, I would say instead of what I did was to kind of separate out a chunk in the front and leave that down. We're not doing that.
Because that would not look cute.
Right. I would say do a really thin parting along your hairline, just picking up the stuff in the front here.
Okay.
And let that be down. And that's already gonna be broken a little bit because that happens to everybody. And that way you end up with like a shorter, more tendrily looking tendril.
Okay.
But then you follow the rest of the steps like I did. Brush the hair into the ponytail.
Yeah.
Hair elastic, wrap the elastic, and then you get to play with your new hairspray.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, it like definitely enhanced shine for sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that's the long version. And now for our next hairstyle, I think it's time to braid. But not just a 3-strand braid, no. Let's do a rope braid. So, quick little refresher on what a rope braid is. You have 2 sections, 1 and 2. To create the rope, you twist the hair in one direction and then it wraps in the other. So if you're new to this, it helps to kind of get a few twists done, like so, and then wrap it a few times. And then you can twist some more and wrap some more. Or if you get a little bit more advanced, you can rotate your hands and twist once, and then wrap, and then twist, and then wrap. Once you get the hang of the twist and wrap at the same time, it is much easier. But you know, if you get started with the twisting a section and then wrapping that section, that's good too. Okay, now that we've had our little refresher course, let's put it in the hair. Alrighty, we're actually gonna do a Dutch rope braid. Stay with me, it's not that hard. Gonna start with a big section of hair from the crown, split it into two, twist and wrap once or twice. And now to make it into a Dutch rope braid, all you have to do is add more hair into each section. So you're gonna sweep some back on each side, put it with a section, and then continue twisting and wrapping 2 more times. And now for the short hair, I'm just gonna repeat that 1 more time. And now all you have to do is secure it with an elastic. Now, at this point, you can be done. The hairstyle is beautiful as is. Or you could add in a little bit more accessory. Maybe you wrap the elastic with some hair. Maybe you put a scrunchie in it. Maybe you put a little clip over it. Maybe you take some inspiration from Kristen Ness, because I saw Kristen Ness put a pearl in Lucy Hale's hair the other day, and now I want to put a pearl in my hair. So I'm gonna use this to cover up the elastic, just pin it up into the braid. So that is the short hair version. Let's bring Anna Laura in for the long hair. She looks nervous. Have you done a rope braid before?
I think I've done one like coming off of like a kid's ponytail once.
Okay.
So like the most basic of basic rope braids.
That's...
As someone who struggles with their rights and lefts, I'm a little nervous.
Oh no. Do you want to try one before you do the Dutch braid?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the part where you guys get to see the hairstylist help the non-hairstylist. The only thing that I would suggest that will help you when you turn it into a Dutch braid is that you want to hold it slightly closer to where the twisting is happening. So the difference with the long hair is that you're going to do the Dutch rope braid until all the hair is incorporated into the Dutch rope braid, and then you're putting it into a ponytail.
Okay.
There you go. How was that?
That was very painful on my arm.
Oh, you can pull out whatever you want around your face too.
I'm a brunette. Not that there's anything wrong with being a brunette. I'm just
Unless you
usually
don't
not.
want to be.
Yeah.
Unless you are trying to be blonde. All right, so I forgot to give you guys this instruction with the short hair. So I'm gonna show you with the long hair. You're just gonna pull it apart. And you do that by taking little pieces at a time. And the reason for that is that you want to fluff it apart, but you don't want to loosen up this part of the braid too much. So you're almost treating it like a bubble ponytail. Kind of like pulling at it, trying to bubble out the pieces a bit. And then just cause your hair is real thick, I'm just sticking a couple bobby pins up and into the braid, mostly to help it hold throughout the day. Also, we can get just a little bit more volume out of the braid. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna finish this thing out by wrapping some hair around the elastic for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks. I love it.
I think the only thing I want to do here is, because the ponytail is straight, it's a little slimmer, so I just want to back comb through it just to kind of fluff it out. So I'm going underneath and I'm just like rotating the brush up towards your head, and then I'm going to split it in half because that really only gets the bottom half of the hair. Do the same thing on the underside of the top half. And once that's in there, you can kind of like mess around with it. And then if it looks particularly fuzzy in any areas, you just lightly graze it with the bristles of the brush. I'm gonna try to get some focused volume right here underneath the elastic as well. All right, and then for my final trick, I'm just gonna hold this out and spray. A little bit of the texturizing spray just to add it in. And I'll use a little bit of this just in case it holds better. So there's the long hair version. It definitely looks like an intricate hairstyle, but it really just is a braid into a ponytail. And if the rope braid sounds a little daunting, do it with the Dutch braid. It will still be super cute. And now back onto our next hairstyle, another quick kind of minimal one. For this we have a half up bun for the short hair and a bun for long hair. So let's start with the short hair, which obviously all of these short hair modifications can be done on long hair if you like the half up version better, throwing that out there. But for me, I'm gonna grab my hair and pull it into a half up ponytail, kind of just the way that I normally like to do it, which is leaving hair down around my face and pulling pieces back. If you prefer to pull back less hair, more hair, if you prefer it to be slicked, if you prefer it to be loose, you can do whatever you want. And if you don't know what you want, this is a really good time to just sit in the mirror and just play around. Let me show you what I mean. Like, I don't like stuff pulled straight back, but if that's your thing, you can try pulling stuff straight back and seeing how that looks on you. You can try different partings and see how it looks. Just, you know, like move stuff around, just figure it out. And whatever you like is what you should go with. And just that day, you know, you don't have to have like a signature thing that you do every day. You might end up there if you have a favorite, but it's a good time to play around because it doesn't take a lot of time to try different stuff. And it can just help you feel a little bit more confident and like into your hairstyle. So this is how I'm gonna pull my hair back, and I'm going to secure that with an elastic. Okay, and now we're gonna create the bun. Of course, you could do whatever kind of bun you want, but here's one that you can do on shorter hair that makes it look nice and dimensional. I'm gonna split the ponytail into 2 pieces. I'm gonna wrap those pieces around each other a few times, basically until I run out of room. Then we wrap the hair into a bun and pin it in place. And now comes the fun part. You grab the teeniest, tiniest pieces of hair and start pulling apart to create a little bit more messiness and texture. Alrighty, and then you're just gonna add in your accessory of choice. I have some pearl bobby pins that I'm gonna stick in, and I'm just gonna put those in however I feel like it. Obviously, you could do this with whatever hair accessory you're feeling. You've got snap clips, you've got acrylic clips, scrunchies, so many trends right now. Use whatever you want. And there's another quick option that you can use. I love a bun, I love a half updo, and I love finding different ways to play with accessories so that you can make the hairstyle just a little bit more your own each day. All right, that's the short hair version. Let's move on to the long hair.
Ready for my bun.
Hee hee. So basically, you're just gonna create a low messy bun. Did you hear how I did the bun on myself before?
I was working again.
It's like she has an actual job that she does. So I'm gonna say for the long hair, you're gonna pull your hair back into a low or middle ponytail, depending on what you like best. Part your hair how you want it, slick it back, leave it loose, whatever makes you feel great. Obviously, any bun will work, but what I did was to split the hair into 2 and just wrap the 2 pieces around each other till I got to the end of the hair.
Okay.
Wrap that into a bun, pin it, and then you pull it apart little pieces at a time until it looks the way you want it to. It's coming in for emergency extra fluff. Don't mind me. And here in the middle, because I kind of want to change the way that this is flowing because we've got this nice little circle going here that's very clear. I think if we kind of disrupt this, it will help the whole thing look messier. So I'm gonna mess with it for a second. So I'm also loosening it up here. And again, it's like you're pulling at tendrils. You're not like chunking it and taking it all the way from the scalp. It's just the floating pieces.
I need my accessory.
What accessories do you want, sissy sis? Oh, she's going for the bling. I'll put them in for you.
Yay!
All right, just keep in mind you can do this with like snap clips and it's every day. Or I was just so smart and I decided to give you guys a formal option and with all these everyday options. Whichever way you want to interpret it. Because these are kind of heavy. It does help to put the pin in down. That way the weight is going down and into the pin, so it's, again, more structurally sound. And then like on these little ones where the weight doesn't matter as much, you can just stick it in however is gonna be easy to hide. And this is where I stop. And there's the final version on long hair. Obviously we took this a little more formal, but it can be casual everyday or dress upable, just depending on what accessories you pair with it and everything else that you're wearing. For our final hairstyle, let's go with something just to the max. We're gonna twist, we're gonna braid, and we're gonna make it all work on straight hair. Watch me. First, we have my hair. So you're gonna start by taking back 2 sections of hair. And when I say sections, I mean you're going to pick up a section that's kind of like a square, and you're gonna pull that back. If you try to sweep this whole thing back, it's not gonna work. Et voila, secure that with an elastic. And now we're gonna create a twist by literally flipping the ponytail over. So we're gonna kind of pretend like the ponytail is a basketball and the space between the elastic and the head is a hoop. Just gonna, and that's all I know about basketball. And now you're going to take your thumb and index finger and pull it teeny tiny bits to fluff the braid out. And now we're gonna repeat that with 2 more sections on each side of the elastic we just created. So you're gonna pick up 1, pick up 2. Bring them together, shoot the basketball into the hoop, and fluff it apart. And that's the twisting. Alrighty, now that we have the twist in, I'm going to wrap that one visible elastic with a little bit of hair, and And then we're gonna move on to the pull through braid. So now at this point, we have 2 ponytails. We have the one from the first twist and the one from the second twist. And we're gonna use that to create our pull through braid. I've done a full tutorial on pull through braids, which I will link above, but let's just do a quick little recap as I create this one. So first things first, on the top ponytail, you're going to put an elastic in about 2 inches down from our last one that we wrapped with hair. Then you're gonna split the hair between the elastics open and pull the back ponytail through. Now, my first ponytail was not very thick, so I'm actually gonna pick up a little bit of extra hair when I do that too, just to make it a little fuller. Then I'm going to gently pull apart the new bubble that has formed and we start over. Put an elastic about 2 inches down, split it open, pull the back ponytail through. And it can help during this process to clip the hair that's not part of the pull through braid out of the way so you don't get those annoying hanger-on hairs that get all tangled and cause a mess. We don't want that. And with that, this hairstyle is complete. See, even if you have shoulder length hair, you can still rock a pull through braid. And now it's time for the long hair. Hello!
Hi, this hairstyle is in here because I begged for it.
So
Kayley does not like pull through braids, and
You're exposing me. You're exposing me.
You're allowed to say that you don't love all braids.
They're all my children. I like the look of a pull through braid. Process of doing that, it's not my favorite.
Oh, I know.
But hey, you picked the hairstyle, so.
Yeah, now I'm nervous about actually doing it because you might have a point that this is difficult, so we'll see.
Okay, well, for the long hair, it's not too different. I think one thing is that for the short hair, I really focused on starting higher up, so I gave myself as much space as possible. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. So instead of being up here where like eyebrow height almost, you could be closer to ear height at the beginning. Doesn't really matter, just throwing that out there. And then obviously you have a lot more room to do a pull through braid. So you can do more than 3 bubbles.
Okay, so a lot more elastic.
Exactly.
Okay.
But other than that, it's pretty similar.
I did this completely on my own.
All right, sis, how do you feel?
I feel good. I'm gonna put this one little piece back.
Glad you maybe put a pull through braid in this video?
Less excited about it than when I was about to do the braid. It was challenging.
And there you go. That's the pull through braid on long hair. It's very similar, but at least you get the effect of what it looks like when your hair is a little longer.
I love bubble braids.
I'm so glad you love bubble braids.
I would like to never do one on myself again though. I think bubble braids are something you should grab a friend and do because they are not hard at all to do on someone else. But doing them on yourself, that was quite a challenge. So those are my final thoughts on bubble braids.
So we're going to call them bestie braids from now on.
Yeah,
bestie
exactly.
braids. And there you guys go. Those are some straight hairstyles. Whether your hair is naturally straight or you like to wear it straight, we've got you covered. Also, keep in mind, a lot of my hairstyles can be done on straight hair, even if my hair is curled in the video. Just so you guys know in the future, that's there for you. I love that these, at least for me, were all heatless hairstyles. I'm trying to incorporate that. It's been very hard for me, but I'm working on it. With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button to help support my channel. If you're new here, you can click that subscribe button to join the Braidaholic family here on Kayley Melissa. And all of y'all can hit that bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. But that is it today. Whether you're old or you're new or you're a casual lurker, thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you in my next one. Mwah! Bye! I love that I'm just waving this comb around.
Here I am with my hairs.
I think we should call this video Pulling at Teeny Tiny Bits. Should we? My first demonetized video. Super cute. I'm just glad that I got basketball and hoop right.